everyone, Michelle Courage here from michellecourage.com. I'm sitting in my studio. It's Labour weekend, it's Monday, it's a holiday in New Zealand, and my open sign is open, it's up at the gate, and I'm about to start painting my little pockets of joy on these little things. They just make me very happy, and I was reminiscing about how awesome my life is and how incredibly grateful I am. And I thought, oh, let me pull a card for this morning, for today, for me. And I was pinged to use the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And the card that I pulled was this card. And it's follow your own rhythm. And I will tell you, for most of my life, I have followed my own rhythm. There have been times where I've been sort of dictated to by my idea of what I thought my rhythm should be, and got influenced and kind of went down a few different paths. And I kind of really feel like when we go into the rhythm and feel into the real rhythm of what we want to do and achieve in this lifetime, it is a lot slower than all of us are actually living at the moment. It's a much slower lifestyle, and it's taken me a long time to not fight against that, because our world is so fast paced, and to be seen as successful and making it, and there's so much pressure, not only from our parents but our peers. We compare ourselves, and if you tapped into your own rhythm, what would that look like? You know, obviously when you're younger, it's a faster rhythm, it's a more happening, but not necessarily. And I think there's a shift in this world of wanting to go back into our natural rhythms. And I would like to think that I'm anchoring those kind of codes into the world now, by showing people that you can do that. Simplifying. The word for this year, for 2025, for me was simplify. I got that from my guides. My guides were telling me, simplify your life, simplify your life. And I've got this little studio. It brings me such joy. It's connected. Right next door is my veggie garden. It's just so fulfilling. And hubby and I were thinking, you know, early in the year, we thought, oh, maybe we should go on holiday. We're still staying at home all the time. And I really tapped in, and there was nowhere that I wanted to go. I didn't want to go anywhere. I just love my life. I have created a life where I don't need a holiday from it. I don't need a holiday from my life. I absolutely adore it. I actually don't enjoy leaving my home that we've made here. And yes, it's a pretty beautiful place, but Gavin and I have worked hard to get to that point where we've got this. But it's a simple life. And I mean, yeah, the house is not simple. It's a big house, and you know, but I honestly think that I would be just as happy with an insulated shed. Let's just make sure that it's insulated, because New Zealand winters can get really pretty miserable and cold. But yeah, it's simple. And I think our next step from here would be to simplify even more, so much more. Yeah, I mean, I would be happy with another shed that's connected to this, where it's got a bed and a little kitchen in it. Honestly, this would be heaven. And this is 9 by, is it 9 by 4? Something like that. It's about 9 by 4 square meters. I mean, 9 meters by, or 10 10 by 4 or 5. I don't know. It's kind of the legal sort of, size. It's not very big, but it's more than big enough for if I had a second place like this, because this is obviously my studio. If I had another little place just off this with a big main bed in it and a kitchen, type of thing with a little bathroom, it would be perfect. And this little place cost us, not a lot of money by worldly terms. So, it's working towards more simplicity in our lives. We make our lives so complicated. So I want to read a little bit more about this card. You can see here, she's basically just dancing to her own rhythm. And let me just have a look. And yeah, if you have a look in closely, she's creating an energy rhythm, rhythm waves. And I kind of feel like that's what we're being asked to do, is to dance to the rhythm, and the energy and the waves that we are creating will anchor into the earth. And more people are starting to go, I am bucking the system. I am not going to go and sit in a cubicle. I had a gorgeous girl come pop in yesterday. And, she is much younger. And she's bucked the system. She doesn't want to go and sit in a cubicle. You can see the absolute abhorrence of the idea of being stuck in that type of job. On the other hand, my husband absolutely loves it. He's pulling in Arcturian energy much more in this lifetime. He loves IT, he loves computers, and he loves organizing stuff. I mean, every person needs to do the thing that that lights them up. And for me, it's working in the garden. For my husband, it's a nightmare. If I made him work in the garden every day, he would shrivel. He really would. His light would dim. And that's why I say there's a natural place for every one of us on this earth. And if you're younger and you're watching this video, please follow your heart. Follow the joy. Follow the stuff that lights you up. Whatever it is, if it's, something going totally against the grain, then that's okay. It's about anchoring it in, and it's simplifying your life. And I think the world is going in that direction where, more and more people are not going to be able to afford houses and homes and stuff. And we're going to get more and more of the tiny homes and the simple life, and understanding that we don't need all this fancy stuff. Let me just have a quick read. So, deep within, you're moved by an ancient, powerful force that cannot be tamed. It is the rising pulse of your connection to the life force. You feel it in your bones, in your blood, in your heart, and in your belly. And when there is something dying within, you sense it falling away, no longer needed. You sense when it is time to rest and be patiently in transition. And that's so interesting. In winter, I really go to ground. Not entirely healthy for me because I do need to keep moving. But this past winter, I actually surrendered to the fact that this is not a busy time and I must just relax. And I did a bit of computer work. I worked on my website. I did paint, although at times in the deepest winter, the studio was quite cold. And I think next year, I've put on my vision board a potbelly stove. They're pretty expensive, but I've put it out there to the world. And everybody I come across, I go, if you find a potbelly, I would absolutely adore to have a potbelly. My husband's also really good at connecting stuff up, and so maybe I'll get one of those caravan heaters that is solar powered, and that might work. So we just can see, but I quite like the idea of having a potbelly in the studio. I have no idea where I'd put it because it would take up valuable space. But yes, it is on my wish list. So, maybe it'll happen. Who knows? So yeah, I love that card. Follow your own rhythm. Follow your own rhythm. Stop worrying about what other people say. We're often so, um, you know, unfortunately, our parents, are of an older generation. They will always be an older generation, and they will not have those new codes embedded. Most of them, there are some incredible souls who are or were ahead of their time, and who birthed younger generation, who are now starting to grow up, and they're following their own, rhythm completely. And I applaud them. I mean, my daughter is so much more evolved than I am. And so, yeah, so there's a special message that you cannot miss what you are destined for, nor will you gain anything from trying to push yourself. Trust in the life cycles within, and you will feel the perfect balance between effort and surrender, discipline and letting go. Yeah, I think the more we surrender to the rhythm of what we're supposed to, and we follow the stuff that we really love, and I'm not saying just lie on the couch and sleep, because I think many of us who feel like we want to just lie on the couch and sleep are utterly exhausted. Our soul is absolutely exhausted. We're not only exhausted from this lifetime, we're exhausted from pushing the previous lifetimes as well, and we carry that generational I'm going to call it a drag, because when people come and sit in front of me and I can see their ancestral lines standing behind them, there's a lot of people that are just absolutely exhausted from going against their rhythm. And so I think the call now is to move back towards our natural rhythms. And the natural rhythms, I was watching on Instagram a guy called Gaz Oakley. Oh man, I just love his ethos and the way he presents himself. He's very earthy and connected to the land. He's an very celebrated, highly qualified chef, and he also got to the point where he was so burnt out, and I've actually just bought his book this morning. I think it's called Farm to Plate or something like that. I don't know. It was a bit of an expensive buy. With New Zealand's dollar at the moment not looking that great, it can get expensive, but I'm quite excited to I've seen some of his recipes, and he goes out into the garden, and it's idyllic. I mean, it's Instagram, it's an Instagram life, but the ethos of it and the energy that he's putting out within that is just beautiful. It's beautiful. So if you're on Instagram, go and have a look at Gaz Oakley, and enjoy the simplicity, which is not simple. Trust me, it's not simple to live your life choosing to live your life in a simple way. It can require quite a lot of hard work to go against the grain. Okay, this oracle brings you special message. Yeah, okay, when it's time for the rhythm of rest, you will feel a natural slowing within and be drawn into contemplation and environments that are more gentle, spacious, or nourishing, and perhaps more peaceful. When the rhythm of play beats in your heart, you will reach out to others to connect. So yeah, really start to try and feel into when you want to be social and when you don't. And I've had to learn that, because I was a yes girl. I would say yes to everybody and everything, because I was such a pleaser and I was so wanting to participate. And now I'm a lot more discerning, and I don't take it as, when I say no to someone that that's the last time, or and when I was younger and growing up, that was for me, act on it now. I needed to grab everything, and as I've got older and I've got a bit wiser, I'm a lot more discerning about getting on and going that quickly. So yeah, I really urge you to follow your own rhythm. Isn't that the most beautiful card? I'll leave you with that message today. Thanks very much.